Welcome to Farewell to Legends. I'm Anthony. Today we take a moment to say goodbye to those unforgettable souls who gave so much to the world. Their passion, hard work, and presence touched countless lives. Though they are no longer with us, their legacy remains, living on through memories that time can never take away. Reports circulating online suggest that actor Nicholas Brendon, widely recognized for his role as Xander Harris in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, has passed away, prompting an outpouring of grief and remembrance from fans across the world. While details remain unverified, the reaction reflects the deep impact he had on audiences who grew up watching his work and connected strongly with the character he portrayed. As Xander, Brendon brought a mix of humor, awkward charm, and emotional honesty that helped ground the supernatural world of Buffy in something deeply human, making him an essential part of the show's lasting appeal and cultural legacy. Beyond his most iconic role, Brendon also appeared in television projects such as Criminal Minds and Kitchen Confidential, where he demonstrated versatility and a willingness to explore different kinds of characters. Colleagues and viewers alike have often described his performances as authentic and relatable, carrying a natural energy that made even smaller roles memorable. Over the years, his presence on screen became closely tied to the nostalgia and emotional resonance of early 2000s television. As conversations continue online, many fans are revisiting his work, sharing favorite scenes, and reflecting on the influence he had on a generation of viewers. Whether through comedy, vulnerability, or quiet intensity, his performances remain part of a broader television legacy that continues to resonate today. Michael Reagan was born on March 18, 1945, in Los Angeles, California. He grew up as the adopted son of Ronald Reagan and Jane Wyman, a connection that placed him near the center of American public life from an early age. Despite that well-known family legacy, he later worked to build his own identity and career path. Career in media and commentary, Reagan became a conservative political commentator, radio talk show host, and columnist. Through these roles, he shared opinions on politics, culture, and current events, often in a direct and conversational style. His work allowed him to connect with audiences over many years of political discussion, where he developed a recognizable voice in American media commentary. Personal life and public role. He is known for speaking openly about personal experiences alongside his public work, which helped many listeners relate to him beyond politics alone. As of current reliable information, there is no confirmed report of his passing. He remains a known public figure associated with political commentary and media discussion in the United States. Marianne Faithfull, born December 29, 1946, passed away at the age of 78, leaving behind a career defined by artistic reinvention, emotional honesty, and enduring influence. She emerged in the 1960s as one of the defining voices of her generation, quickly recognized for her delicate yet expressive vocal style that set her apart in the British pop landscape. Early success and cultural presence. Faithfull first gained widespread attention with her recording of As Tears Go By, a performance that captured a sense of melancholy and youthful introspection. The song helped establish her as a prominent figure in the music scene of the 1960s, a period closely associated with cultural change and artistic experimentation. During this time, she also became part of the broader cultural fabric surrounding the Rolling Stones, further cementing her visibility in the era's creative world, artistic reinvention, and later work. Rather than remaining fixed in her early image, Faithfull underwent a powerful artistic transformation with her 1979 album, Broken English. The record marked a shift toward a rawer, more confrontational sound, reflecting personal struggle and renewed creative strength. It became one of her most critically acclaimed works, widely regarded as a defining moment in her career for its emotional intensity and honesty. She also expanded into film, appearing in projects such as The Girl on a Motorcycle and later Marie Antoinette, where her presence added depth and atmosphere to each production. Her screen roles reflected the same enigmatic quality that defined her music, a legacy of transformation and resilience. Marianne Faithfull's career is remembered for its evolution rather than its constancy. She moved through decades of music and film while continuously reshaping her artistic identity. Her ability to transform personal experience into creative expression made her work deeply resonant across generations. She leaves behind a legacy defined by vulnerability, reinvention, and the courage to remain authentic throughout a changing life and industry. Gene Hackman, born on January 30th, 1930, developed into one of the most respected actors in American cinema through a career defined by realism and emotional depth. He entered the film industry without the traditional Hollywood image, instead relying on natural talent, discipline, and a strong sense of observation. Over time, he built a reputation for performances that felt grounded and authentic, setting him apart from many of his contemporaries. Acting style and breakthrough success. Hackman became widely known for his ability to fully inhabit a role without drawing attention to technique. Whether portraying law enforcement officers, complex protagonists, or morally ambiguous characters, he brought a quiet intensity that made his performances believable. His work in films such as The French Connection and Unforgiven earned him critical acclaim, including Academy Awards, and established him as a major force in Hollywood storytelling. His style was defined by restraint, allowing emotion to emerge naturally rather than through exaggeration. Career choices and private life. Unlike many actors of his stature, Hackman valued privacy and simplicity outside of his professional life. At the height of his career, he made the deliberate choice to step away from acting, focusing instead on life beyond the screen. This decision reflected his grounded personality and his belief that fulfillment was not limited to fame or public recognition. Even after leaving Hollywood, his influence remained strong through the continued appreciation of his films. Legacy and lasting impact. Gene Hackman passed away at the age of 95, leaving behind a body of work that continues to shape modern acting. He is remembered for his honesty on screen, his disciplined craft, and his ability to make characters feel truly human. His legacy endures through performances that remain powerful and relevant, serving as a reminder that great acting is built on truth, subtlety, and emotional connection rather than spectacle. Alan Osmond, the eldest member of the Osmonds, was part of a family act that became a major presence in the 1970s pop culture. Their harmonies, performances, and crossover appeal brought them global recognition and a lasting place in music history. Alan's role within the group went beyond performance. He helped shape their direction, supporting both the creative and family foundation that defined their success. Reports state that he passed away at the age of 76, marking the close of a life closely tied to music and family legacy. Strength through adversity. For nearly 4 decades, Alan lived with multiple sclerosis, a condition that gradually changed the course of his daily life. Despite this, he is often remembered for his steady resilience and acceptance. Rather than focusing on limitation, he embraced patience and personal growth. Over time, his journey reflected a quiet strength, one shaped not by resistance, but by understanding and adaptation. His experience became a reminder that challenges can reshape perspective, often revealing deeper forms of courage. A life of purpose and legacy. Beyond music and health struggles, Alan Osmond's life was grounded in family, faith, and service to others. He continued to support and uplift those around him in ways that reflected sincerity rather than spotlight. His presence carried a sense of calm leadership within his family and community. The legacy he leaves behind is not only tied to performance, but to perseverance and compassion. His story remains an example of how purpose can endure through change and how a meaningful life is built through connection, resilience, and love. John Travolta was born in 1954 in Englewood, New Jersey, into a large working-class family where money was limited, but imagination was not. His father worked in sales while his mother, an actress and drama teacher, brought creativity into the household. The home environment was unusual for its time because it blended discipline with performance. His mother often encouraged her children to act, recite, and express themselves, turning ordinary moments into small theatrical exercises. For young John, this created an early comfort with performance and attention, even before he understood it as a career path. Life, however, was not easy. The family worked hard to maintain stability, and the reality of financial pressure was always present. Still, the emotional energy of the household pushed him towards storytelling and expression. Unlike many children who stumble into acting later, John's interest formed early, shaped by constant exposure to creativity. By his early teens, it became clear that performance was not just a hobby, but something that gave him direction and confidence in a world that otherwise felt uncertain. Early ambition and the first steps into acting. As a teenager, Travolta began taking acting seriously, performing in local theater productions and small stage roles. School eventually felt less important to him than the stage, and he made the bold decision to leave formal education early to pursue acting full-time. With encouragement from his mother and hesitation from his father, he moved to New York City as a teenager with little money and large expectations. Life there was far from glamorous. He auditioned repeatedly, often facing rejection, and worked small jobs to support himself. Like many young actors, he experienced periods of doubt, uncertainty, and financial struggle. However, what set him apart was persistence. He continued auditioning for theater roles and eventually found small opportunities in touring productions. These early years were less about success and more about survival in a highly competitive industry. Yet each small role added experience, discipline, and resilience. Slowly, he began to build a foundation that would later support much larger opportunities, breakthrough with television, and early stardom. Travolta's major breakthrough came in the mid-1970s with the television sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter. His role as Vinnie Barbarino turned him into a national sensation almost overnight. The character's humor, confidence, and charm resonated strongly with audiences, especially younger viewers. For the first time, he experienced the intensity of fame, fan mail, public attention, and constant recognition. However, even as television made him popular, Travolta had ambitions beyond the small screen. He wanted to be taken seriously as a film actor. That opportunity came shortly after when he was cast in Saturday Night Fever, 1977. The film captured a specific cultural moment and transformed him into a global star. His performance as Tony Manero was both energetic and emotionally grounded, reflecting the struggles of a young man seeking identity and escape through dance. The film became a massive success, defining an era and establishing Travolta as one of Hollywood's most recognizable new leading men. Global fame with Grease and cultural impact following Saturday Night Fever, Travolta starred in Grease, 1978, a musical that became one of the most successful and enduring films in cinema history. His role as Danny Zuko, alongside Olivia Newton-John, solidified his place in global pop culture. The film's music, style, and energy made it a worldwide phenomenon, and Travolta became one of the most photographed and discussed actors of his generation. At this point in his career, he was not just an actor, but a cultural symbol of youth, charisma, and 1970s entertainment. However, this level of fame came with pressure. Expectations from studios, audiences, and the industry itself grew rapidly. Every project that followed was measured against his early success, making it difficult to maintain momentum. While he was still immensely popular, the challenge became sustaining artistic credibility while navigating the intense visibility that came with global superstardom. The peak came early, and with it came the beginning of complicated career expectations, career decline, and industry pressure. In the 1980s, the 1980s marked a difficult transition period for Travolta. After a series of major successes, Several of his film choices did not perform well critically or commercially. Projects like Staying Alive and Perfect were met with disappointment, and the momentum of his earlier fame began to slow. In Hollywood, where success is often closely tied to recent performance, this shift affected his opportunities. For a time, he struggled to find roles that matched his earlier impact. However, this period was not simply a downfall, but also a phase of recalibration. He continued working steadily, appearing in films that kept him visible, even if they were not major successes. During these years, he also focused on maintaining his craft and staying active within the industry. Although public perception shifted, he did not leave acting. Instead, he remained persistent, waiting for a role that could redefine his career and restore his position in Hollywood on new terms. Career resurrection through Pulp Fiction. The turning point came in 1994 with Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. At a time when Travolta's career was considered by many to be in decline, director Quentin Tarantino cast him in a role that would completely transform his public image. As Vincent Vega, Travolta delivered a performance that combined calm intensity with effortless style. The film became a critical and cultural landmark, revitalizing not only his career but also his reputation as an actor. Suddenly, he was no longer viewed as a fading star, but as a performer capable of reinvention. The success of Pulp Fiction demonstrated that Hollywood careers are not always linear, and that talent can re-emerge under the right creative circumstances. Following the film, he received new opportunities, including leading roles in commercially successful movies. This comeback was one of the most notable in modern cinema, proving that reinvention is possible even after years of decline. Family life, success, and personal tragedy. Beyond his career, Travolta built a deeply personal family life with actress Kelly Preston. Their relationship became a central anchor in his life, offering stability amid the pressures of fame. Together, they had children and created a family environment that he often described as his greatest source of meaning. However, his personal life also brought profound tragedy. In 2009, his son Jet Travolta passed away suddenly at a young age. This loss deeply affected him and became one of the most difficult periods of his life. He stepped back from public appearances for a time, focusing on his family and emotional recovery. Despite returning to work later, the experience left a lasting impact. Travolta has spoken in interviews about grief as a permanent presence rather than something that fully disappears. His resilience during this period reflected not celebrity strength, but human endurance in the face of unimaginable loss. Loss, private grief, and continued life in the public eye in 2020, Travolta faced another devastating loss when Kelly Preston passed away after a battle with illness. This second major family tragedy changed the emotional landscape of his life permanently. As a widower and father, he focused on raising his children and maintaining stability at home. Rather than withdrawing completely from public life, he chose a quieter, more private approach to his career and appearances. While still active in film and television, his priorities shifted toward family and personal well-being. He continued to engage with select projects, but avoided the intense media spotlight he once lived in. This period of his life has been defined less by fame and more by reflection, responsibility, and adaptation to change. Despite personal hardship, he has remained connected to his work and continues to be recognized as an influential figure in Hollywood history. Later years and legacy in 2026. As of 2026, John Travolta lives a more private and measured life in Florida, balancing occasional work with family time and personal reflection. Now in his 70s, he is no longer at the center of Hollywood's fast-moving spotlight, but his legacy remains firmly established. With a career spanning decades, he has experienced extraordinary highs, significant setbacks, and remarkable reinvention. From Saturday Night Fever and Grease to Pulp Fiction, his work has shaped multiple generations of film audiences. Beyond the screen, his life reflects the complexities of fame, including resilience through personal loss and the challenge of maintaining identity in a highly public profession. While his public appearances are less frequent, his influence remains present in film history and popular culture. Travolta's journey is ultimately one of endurance, an example of how artistic careers can evolve over time while carrying both triumph and hardship in equal measure.